As a kindergarten teacher, I've always looked for ways to take my students to new heights in their learning. This is what prompted me to conduct a research on the impact of technology in early childhood education. Hello and welcome to my action research project publishing and leadership presentation. My name is Susan Nwokedi. Some problems that I encountered in my classroom as a kindergarten teacher relates to reading and reading foundations. Students at this early age need to learn certain critical foundations in order to be able to read in later grade levels. Foundations like sight words recognition. So my action research focuses on using technologies to teach kindergarten students how to read and write their sight words. I started by examining or asking the question, does technology have an impact on teaching kindergarten students to read and write sight words? To answer this question, I embarked on a journey that included an action research website, picking a topic, and then looking at several research and literatures that are already out there on the subject matter. I started by creating a timeline, which allowed me to monitor and to track myself. Cycles were created, cycle 1 and 2. In cycle 1, I started by introducing a very little amount of technology to my students, and then using mostly text-based learning methods. This allowed me to do a comparison to see the impact that the little technology I introduced had on them learning their sight words. The results, even at that early level, was impressive. The students, when first tested before cycle 1 began, or at the beginning of cycle 1, showed very little results or knowledge of sight words. After just 1 week of introduction to minimal technology in the classroom, their results increased above 10%. This will become the norm for my action research project, or in the results of my action research project throughout the projects. My critical friends played an important role in making sure that I stayed on topic and also critiquing my work as well as offering encouragement. There were several courses, or all of the courses during my EMDT program all played into this action research project. The first month of the EMDT program, I learned about how to review literatures appropriately. I learned how to use several tools in many other classes, like in Dr. Deason's class. I learned how to use podcasts. All of the stuff that I learned throughout my EMDT program, I incorporated them into my action research project. I used several methods like Starfalls, PowerPoint, streaming videos. These methods help to incite and encourage and motivate my students into learning. Through the use of technology, students were motivated. They enjoyed learning. They looked forward to learning their sight words. By the time cycle 1 had ended, the results had increased 40%. Like everything else in education or in life in general, there's always hurdles and challenges. And this was no different. I encountered them by way of blockage on websites like Farmville. I could not use it because it was blocked on the school's network. Students enjoyed creating their own sight words using technology tools like PowerPoint, going online, using Starfalls. I noticed an increase in the joy and the love of learning. Students were quick to point out the words in books when they came across them. It opened my old eyes and gave me a new insight on teaching. Let's take a look at some of the conclusive evidence of the impact of technology in early childhood education. Thank you. Here's a sample of the students in action. I focused the video on this one particular student because she was so engaged that it was I tried to get her attention several times so I can talk to her, but she was just very in tune in what she was doing. Let's watch and see what she's doing.
Leg? Hi, I've been trying to get your attention. What you doing, sweetheart? What are you playing?
To match the sounds with ats.
Oh, you're doing the ats family. You're learning some words. Why is it important for you to learn your words?
Because it helps me learn and read and write.
Wow. It helps you learn to read and write?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. That looks like a lot of fun. You are Leg.
I talked to another student about her experience in this whole action research with technology, and let's listen in and see what she says. I actually spoke to all the students, but I just wanted to show you an example, so I picked this one student's clip. Thank you.
Tell me about any of the games that you like specifically when you played on the computer games to help you with your sight words.
The one that was Star Wars, it helped me read books.
Okay. So did you enjoy learning with online games, or did you enjoy learning always writing? Which one did you like the most? Games? Why?
Because games are fun and it be more fascinating and it makes me learn.
Okay, very good.
Some key points to remember. Students are only 5 and 6 years old. They had no prior literacy knowledge, and then action research came into play. Technology was incorporated. Technology like streaming video, Starfall, PowerPoint presentation, and many other interactive and fun-based learning tools. The end result was astronomical. Students were highly engaged. They were eager to share what they have learned, excited to go to the computer lab. They enjoyed learning. It was fun for all of them. By the end of the school year, they could read and write simple sentences. Many of them could read above the grade level expectation, and some could read at the second grade level. They enjoyed sharing, reading with each other. And I learned a valuable lesson that technology does not only have an impact on early childhood education, but it is essential. In the future, I plan to incorporate technology across the curriculum and across other content areas. Here's some technology we've come across in the EMDT program. Things like Fun Game Farmville. We use Google Docs to create and share documents. We used blogs to do several things, to communicate and to share information. There's so many Web 2.0 tools that I came across in this program that I plan to use to teach my inquisitive 21st century students. Thank you.